But what the hell is auto-wiring? Now, that's a concept that derives from dependency injection containers. Dependency injection containers is a system that kind of like takes care of your dependencies, and the most easiest way to think about it is to just something that, you know, memorizes all the kind of stuff that you already loaded and created an object for. Now, auto-wiring is kind of like taking care of this for you on the fly, so you don't have to worry about whether or not an object is already initiated or instantiated, sorry, or whether or not you have to create a new one. This is kind of like already done. Now, in Lenkrad, which is something that we're going to get into later, auto-wiring also executes the invoke method. This is done because a constructor cannot return anything, but an invoke can. So it's easier to handle particular kind of edge cases that we don't want to go into here. But let's look at an example of Lenkrad, right? So if I have a route that I simply call my route, right, that implements routable, I can basically now say, okay, I simply type my request and auth right here, and this would automatically provide me with either new instances or existing instances of those two classes, which is pretty useful. As you can see right now, I'm using it to say like, well, does the privilege in that, you know, obviously the request takes care of, okay, this is the required privilege for this, is that in our auth scope? And it can then return whether or not this is true or not. Yeah, this is, we already kind of like went over that one. So we'll automatically create a new instance and basically pass it in if it doesn't exist yet. So this is pretty cool because I don't really need to worry about like where my stuff comes from, and it feels like somebody else is taking care of creating instances for me and passing it on. And this is extremely useful if we're in a chained system, right, where we run a particular kind of middleware before our actual controller gets executed.